Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new chapter of One Piece, which is on 1,100. That's right, you heard me. 1,100. I never thought Oda would come this far, man. But seriously, dude, Oda, take your time, man. Okay, I don't want you to freaking give yourself a freaking hospital bed for weeks and then not be able to finish the series. That aside, yeah. Anyways, this chapter of One Piece, as much as I can agree with a lot of people that we want this guy dead and we hate him very much. There's no denying that. Even I hate him very much deep down. Not only he's a very good antagonist, he's a very heartless freaking dang piece of filth, if anything. He is way too important right now to be offed off or off the way, because the way I look at it, I feel like he has a bigger role to play, even though he's playing that role right now. He is way too important to be offed off or killed off, you know? That much I can say, because honestly, not to mention what he is and what he's doing now, he's way too strong right now for the time being. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Kizaru seems to visit Vegapunk because of what Vegapunk is planning to do, you know? And that, they don't like, and that this is when Barcelona or Kizaru is actually an admiral, you know? And by that time, you know, he goes like, hey, look, I'm just doing my job. I'm pretty sure you don't like this either, but I have no choice. And this is where Saint J. Garcia ends up having to contact Vegapunk and talk to him about the situation, you know? So, pretty much, this is what really happened to Kuma. And I mean Bartholomew Kuma. Saint J. Garcia will only agree to help Bonnie and cure her if you fulfill 3 conditions, you know? One of them is to fill in the 7 warlords of the sea, you know? And then the second one is that you undergo procedures of becoming a human weapon for the Navy. And right there, I thought it was all pretty good, done deal, and so forth. Now, here comes the third most important point of what happened to Kuma and how it was really, really shocking yet very despicable, because this is where Saint J. Garcia says, now the third condition, if you fulfill the third condition, then we'll have no problem, but you must give up your own free will and sense of individuality. In other words, I guess you're offing off your soul, or getting rid of your soul that makes you. That makes Bartholomew Kuma, and that he's a obeying cyborg evil machine. Whatever you want to call it. This enrages Vegapunk and says, Are you serious right now? You're saying that you're killing this guy right now. What the heck? He'll be nothing but a dang robot. You expect me to murder him? And Saint J. Garcia's like, No. You're a weapon scientist for the Navy. I could give 2 lousy about what you're thinking or what your humanity tells you, okay? This is Saint J. Garcia, man. I mean, we all knew, we saw what kind of freaking piece of filth he was a couple chapters ago, not caring if his allies die or something, but you get the idea. And that, he's doing this because Kuma is a criminal, and that he talks about, and let's not forget that Saint J. Garcia talks about Kuma's race being a sin or a criminal a long time ago, you know, that kind of thing. That aside, Vegapunk does not like this at all, but Kuma agrees as long as you save freaking Bonnie, you know? Although Kizaru does not show it, he does feel like this is kind of screwed up a bit, you know? But he has no whatchamacallit, no words or power to talk back, because Kizaru at the end of the day is an admiral for the Navy. If he does anything stupid or betray the Navy, it will only make things worse. I don't know, but we have to it that at most it will take 2 years minimum to finish Kuma's modification and cure his daughter or something, you know? And we also have to it Saint J. Garcia. He's not called the freaking whatchamacallit, warrior of God of science and defense. This guy is a freaking messed up strategist. He's making sure that Kuma does not back down on this deal or do something stupid that could betray everyone, you know? And Kuma's like, no, I have no intention of running, you know, that kind of thing. And that, like, the government says, well, I'm going to tell you right now, like, the government will have to take custody of her once her treatment is complete. She'll be free after you follow through the eraser of your personality whatsoever, you know? Which is also messed up and screwed up, you know? And this is where, like, we can have a lot of theories and questions and how this is all freaking connected, you know? I'll get to that just a moment, but that aside, St. J. Garcia says, okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, after your daughter is cured whatsoever, we will have to release her after your personality is erased. And this angers Vegapunk greatly, saying, hey, that means he won't be able to see her no more. And St. J's like, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, as he starts helping us out, you know, and tame the seas, after his daughter is cured, they cannot be in contact with each other and they can't escape, you know? And then if there's any hint of defiance, I can promise you this, she'll spend the rest of her life as a slave. And this is really, really screwed up because, you know, we all know the girls say are like the people. Well, I don't know about everyone being up or being messed up, if anything, but St. J. Garcia, that guy is not some strategist for no reason. He's making sure, like, I'm going to make sure everything's in order and that you don't betray us. I'm going to tell you that right now, you know, that kind of thing. And then Kuma therefore says, okay, if you cure her, fine. I won't see her, but you must not tell her anything about the truth, okay? And then so forth. You grant that one request, then and I promise you, I won't seek her out and I'll obey without question. Although St. J. Garcia does not seem to be very, like, is very doubtful about Kuma himself, you know. He therefore says, okay then, fine. As long as the government has an eye on her, it'll be all okay, you know. That kind of thing. Eventually, you know, Kuma tells Bonnie the good news, and Vegapunk is doing his freaking, like, his freaking, like, preparations and all that, and, you know, Kuma being a modified cyborg, you know, or pacifista, however you want to call it, you know, and so forth. And, you know, the rest of the chapter shows a lot about how Kuma, Kizaru, and then, like, Bonnie, Sentomaru, and Vegapunk are having fun, and then they're doing a funny dance here and there. And it looks like to me that Bonnie is cured of her, like, sapphire curse or sapphire disease whatsoever, you know? And that she's gonna be dropped off to the Sorbet Kingdom, you know, that kind of thing. And the member of the royal family of Sorbet, Queen Dowager Connie, decides to watch over her. But the government of, like, CP Cypher Pole number 8 decides to keep an eye on her so she doesn't escape whatsoever, you know? Threatening and warning Kuma that you better keep your word or so help me, she will die, you know? That kind of thing. And Kuma says his last words to Bonnie, you know, that kind of thing, which I thought was pretty sad because what he said to Bonnie by saying, hey, thank you, Bonnie, I'm so glad you were born, which is like he'll be his last words he'll ever say to Bonnie before he has to leave her permanently for good. But they'll still keep in touch by writing letters, you know, that kind of thing. And news about Kuma being a warlord seems to be very, like, all over the place, you know. Doflamingo knows it. Crocodile doesn't care. Mihawk is, like, emotionally saying, whatever. And Kobe was still around, you know. This happened a long time ago if you get the idea. And so forth. Jinbei talking about like that. And then that's when Blackbeard was still part of the crew. And when Ace was on, like, on Whitebeard's crew. Boa Hancock talking about it. And then there's Moria, Dragon feeling conflicted about this, but saddened because he knows there's a reason behind it, you know? And, you know, like I said, Kuma writes his letter to Bonnie, and he later on arrives to the East Blue where Luffy is at. And I mean Luffy is at, which makes me question and ask this question right now. Is there a possibility that Kuma set fire to the kingdom or where Luffy was at when he was, like, with Ace and Sabo? Which I thought might be a little, like, conflicting, but I realize now that, like, I don't think that's the case because when looking about looking about Kuma being a warlord. This is when Sabo was grown up or something, and this is when Luffy was possibly still training in the East Blue of where Luffy is at right now, and he hasn't even set up as a pirate yet. So I don't know what's bound to happen next, but I'm pretty sure something crazy might have happened here and there. But knowing that Saint J Garcia and the Gorosei have a lot of information, they might have Kuma possibly go after Luffy. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, there's a lot going on here. That's pretty crazy stuff. Now, the revelation of Kuma being a pacifista, and why he went undergo these procedures is to help Bonnie, and how Bonnie says that Kuma was her father. It's all connected. We all knew it was connected, but to think it was in dive this deep, Oda's really cooking it very greatly. Now, like I said, Saint J Garcia, or Garcia Saturn, however you want to call him, as much as people hate him, even I hate him very much of what he's done, but he's too important to be killed off. That would be very bad writing if he gets killed off easily, because the way how he is and what he's doing right now, he is way too strong, especially our friends of the Straw Hat Pirates, and Luffy is out of condition, out of freaking commission right now, temporarily right now. You get the idea, and so forth. Like I said, and repeating myself again, he's too important to be killed off, he can't be offed off very badly, otherwise Oda, you really got something else going on. Unless something else is about to happen, I'll accept it, but I think Saint J Garcia, at most, his secrets and information about him and the girls and everything else gets leaked out. That'll be a nice, better punishment and throwing the world into chaos. Or him getting a scar or wound that will forever be with him forever. I mean, we're talking about Saint J Garcia from many years ago up until now, and this guy has not aged a bit. Don't you think that's a little weird here and there? That aside, yeah, okay. Enough with the theories. I'm not good onto that. If I had to make make a video about that, that would take a very long time. That aside, Saint J Garcia, like I said, this guy's a total douche. As much as I hate him very much, and I'm not the only one that hates him, that's for sure. But he still has a role to play, and he's way, way too important for the time being, And him doing all those conditions to make Kuma if you want me to cure your daughter, knowing that this is very expensive, I need to fulfill these 3 conditions. Become a warlord, become a human machine, and give up your personality entirely, of what you are. Of course, Kuma reluctantly decides to do so to save his daughter, obviously, or Bonnie whatsoever. And, Saint J Garcia made sure to have, major freaking, contingencies should Kuma do something stupid. And I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, as much as I hate the guy, he is very, 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 detailed and explicit when it comes to those who would dare betray him. He's not the kind of guy to say, okay, you fulfill these 3 conditions, but how I know you're not going to turn your butt on me? I need a contingency to make sure you don't turn your back on us or something, that kind of thing. You get the idea. And so forth. So, eventually, as the chapter continues on, Kuma becomes that modification. You get the idea. And then we all know what happened to him eventually, etc. That aside, Bonnie returns to Sorbet Kingdom with the government having to, keep an eye on her, if you get the idea, and so forth. And makes me question, I wonder how Bonnie manages to, get to Shabody Archipelago. You get the idea. I mean, you understand what I'm coming at, but hopefully Oda will fill in those things, those details eventually, but we'll have to see. And like I said, towards the end of the chapter, Kuma shows up at Luffy's hometown, and this is when Luffy, I believe, is still training whatsoever, or hasn't set out to become a pirate yet. So we'll see how this goes. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. So I'm off as Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.